to establish clear rules for both users and for the operators of the infrastructure. The key challenges are how you should essentially properly manage users in a way that's both scalable and both applicable in most of the situations.
So membership management encompasses several different aspects. Firstly, there's the behaviour that we would expect of users of the infrastructure, and to inform them of their rights and their responsibilities, we have various policies, the acceptable use policy, the data privacy statement, that are presented to the user. So that's part of membership management. And then the other aspect is related to the community themselves and how they register members as part of their community. And this is outsourced typically to the community, since they know who their researchers are. They're able to make those calls and they're able to check the identity of the person in a way that the infrastructure, who is further removed from the human side of things, is unable to do. So one of the key challenges that we have in membership management is that there's an increasing trend in the research community for different infrastructures to be used transparently under the hood to provide services to a research community. And as such, it's vital that the user experience is streamlined and they don't have to be accepting policy after policy or even acknowledging that they've read all the different privacy statements or acceptable use policies. So having an interoperable policy that's applicable everywhere provides the user with a better experience, and it avoids problems that might arise with the lack of interoperability, where services are in a position that they can't actually conform with policy. So making sure that we have something that applies to everybody and is simple harmonizes the experience for everybody involved.
There are several points we are addressing with these policies. One is the user's information itself, and by that I mean their data created while they're accessing and using the service. So we need to make sure that they're always up to date. We need to have procedures how users are established, how their access may be terminated or upon incidents. And the second point is, how are we essentially creating this information and how we are expressing this information about the users, and what are the policies related to this stuff. One example could be identity verification. What are the procedures to essentially do that, to establish the proper authentication level that we need? And the second point is then, how is that actually executed? What does this mean?
Are there any technical implications of policy solutions in membership management area?
There are. One could be, how are we expressing essentially information about the users? So one technical term for that would be attributes. And this should be expressed by policy. What does these attributes mean? So the policy should mandate what these attributes are, what is their form, but then it should also express what does this mean in a general way. So if we say that person is vetted at that level, what does this level mean, and what is the procedure for identity vetting, if that is the question at that point?
There are multiple places throughout the authentication and authorization infrastructure that are affected directly by policy. So the ability to display policies to the users, where do you do it, how do you store the fact that maybe they checked something, they ticked a box, they opened something and they read it. How is that managed on a technical level? The ability to propagate information on level of assurance throughout the infrastructure is another area where standards and protocols need to be decided on early in the design of an infrastructure. And this all links back to policy. So making sure that you think about the policy early on saves time overall.